My sisters and brothers, many of us are quietly searching for peace, for a little clarity, for something steady to hold on to in our lives. We feel the weight of stress sometimes, confusion that lingers, moments when our hearts seem far from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And in these tender, aching moments, during these blessed nights of Ramadan, we look everywhere for comfort, except often to the one place that never fails to bring it gently back, Tahajjud. This prayer isn't reserved for scholars or those who already feel strong in their faith. It is here, open for anyone whose heart longs to feel closer, more sincere, more real with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, especially now in Ramadan, when the nights carry extra mercy and intimacy. Every night, in the last third of the night, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala calls to His servants with such tenderness. Who is seeking my forgiveness so I may forgive them? Who is asking so I may give? Who is turning back to me so I may accept them? Those words, they are not for the perfect. They are for the strong and the struggling, the hopeful and the weary, every single believer who needs guidance, who carries regret, who simply needs relief in the soul. Even 2 quiet raka'at offered in that sacred hour hold a beauty and a value we can barely measure, amplified in these nights of Ramadan. If something is weighing on your heart, bring it to Tahajjud. If a mistake still stings inside you, seek forgiveness there. If you feel lost and need direction, ask Him in that stillness. So many of us sigh that our du'as seem unheard, yet we have never truly poured them out in the hour when acceptance is closest. Those early morning moments, they are wrapped in nearness, in gentleness from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Turning to Him then so often brings the comfort the heart has been quietly craving, particularly as we move through this sacred month. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said the most excellent prayer after the obligatory ones is the night prayer. One reason is its sweetness in privacy. No eyes watching, no voices expecting, no rush of the world. Just you standing before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala purely for Him. That kind of honesty, it strengthens faith, softens whatever has grown hard in the heart, wipes away past slips, and quietly guards us from falling again. If you long for your 5 daily prayers to feel alive again, begin with Tahajjud. The tranquility you touch at night, it flows into your whole day. Your attention becomes clearer, your heart grows lighter, your bond with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala deepens. Sometimes, just one sincere night begins a gentle change you can feel in your worship and in the way you carry yourself. You don't have to start with anything heavy. 2 raka'at, once a week, a short dua spoken from wherever you are. Even if you feel tired, even if your energy is low, bring your heart, however it feels. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala treasures the sincere effort, no matter how small. Tahajjud isn't here to tire you. It is here to help you reconnect, to reflect, to come a little closer to your Lord. My sisters and brothers, try not to let your nights slip away without at least reaching toward this prayer. It is strength, it is clarity, it is a soft blanket of tranquility. It is the moment you stand before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, honest, hopeful. Once you taste its sweetness, your heart naturally wants to return. My sisters and brothers, one of the dearest gifts of Tahajjud is the way it steadies the heart. So many of us feel faith rise and fall like waves, close one day, distant the next. Tahajjud brings a quiet stability because it carves out a moment of pure, undisturbed worship away from the clamor of life. When you stand in the night, even briefly, your thoughts slow down. You are not hurrying. You are not pulled in 10 directions. In that calm, it becomes easier to truly focus, to feel your relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Over time, those gentle moments become a steady source of strength. Iman grows naturally as you keep returning to your Lord. Tahajjud softens the heart. Life's pressures, responsibilities, endless distractions, they can make the heart feel tight, even hard. But in the stillness of the night, emotions settle, thoughts clear. When you place your forehead to the ground in sujood, a deep humility flows in, the kind that's harder to touch in the bright, busy hours. It increases sincerity too. In the day, even our best worship can carry traces of habit or show. But at night, when the world sleeps, your prayer is only between you and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That purity touches the heart directly, drawing you nearer because you seek Him alone. Tahajjud brings greater awareness. When you pray it regularly, you become more awake to your own actions. Words come more carefully. Harmful choices feel less tempting. Reactions pause before they escape. That mindfulness flows not from fear, but from the warmth of feeling near to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and it deepens gratitude. In the quiet of the night, you have space to remember His blessings, the ones we sometimes rush past. That reflection softens everything inside, strengthens Iman, reminds you that even in hardship, goodness surrounds you. Spiritual growth arrives slowly through small, faithful steps that bring the heart closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Tahajjud is among the most beautiful of those steps. Begin slowly, a few minutes a week, and its blessings gather quietly. You begin to feel more peaceful, more focused, more connected in every salah. My sisters and brothers, the spiritual gifts of Tahajjud are gentle, yet so powerful. They nurture sincerity, humility, awareness, gratitude. These are the qualities that make faith steady, resilient, alive. My sisters and brothers, one of the most precious parts of Tahajjud is the dua that rises in that quiet, sincere space. During the day, thoughts scatter, hearts divide. But at night, when the world rests, the heart opens wider, the mind becomes still. Dua in that hour feels deeper, more truly felt, especially in Ramadan 2026, when the mercy descends so abundantly in these blessed nights. In the last part of the night, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala invites His servants to ask. It is an invitation open to every believer, no matter where they stand in knowledge or strength. When you raise your hands in Tahajjud, you are answering your Lord directly. That alone carries blessing, even if the words are few. Dua doesn't need fancy phrases. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala already knows every whisper in your heart. Speak in your own way, in your own language, with full honesty. Lay down your worries, your fears, your hopes, your needs. The night holds privacy, and in that privacy, the heart speaks freely. The power of tahajjud dua comes also from humility. Waking from sleep takes effort. That effort is sincerity. Standing before Him when others rest, your dua carries a special devotion. It is not the length that matters. It is the heart within it. Trust is woven into it too. When you ask in tahajjud, you show you believe in His timing, His wisdom. Sometimes the answer arrives swiftly, sometimes later, in a form far kinder, and sometimes, in His mercy, He shields you by withholding. Every sincere dua is heard. None of it is lost. If you would like a simple, beautiful dua to rest in your tahajjud, remember this one from Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Allahumma hdini wa saddidni. O Allah, guide me and keep me firm. Short, yet complete. It asks for guidance, steadiness, strength, gifts we all need, especially in times of uncertainty. My sisters and brothers, dua in tahajjud builds a deeper closeness with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It brings peace to the heart, clarity to the mind. Even a few honest minutes can change so much, not only through what is granted, but through the trust and nearness it plants inside. My sisters and brothers, so many carry feelings they never voice. A quiet sadness without clear name, stress from responsibilities, disappointment in oneself, the ache of loneliness even in a crowd. These are human, real, and they deserve gentle care. Tahajjud becomes that safe, private space where you can bring every emotion before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In daylight, minds race, emotions hurry past. But at night, when silence falls, the heart finally breathes. In tahajjud, you can sit, stand, lower into sujood, letting thoughts settle, feelings surface. That clarity alone eases the load you have carried in silence. Tahajjud lets you meet your emotions with kindness, something that wounded you, a regret that lingers, a fear that returns. You can bring it all to Him. Speaking to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala then softens the pressure inside. You release without fear of being misunderstood. Sujood especially comforts, forehead to the ground. You remember you have a Lord who sees, who knows, who understands every hidden layer. That humility melts tension. Even when the hardship remains, your strength to carry it grows. Tahajjud builds emotional resilience too. Turning to Him again and again teaches the heart that true relief is from Him alone. Challenges become less frightening. Patience comes more naturally. You begin to see difficulties not as punishment, but as invitations to lean on Him. Fear quiets, confidence gently rises. If words feel hard at first, begin simply. No long sentences needed. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows already. Or rest in this sunnah dua. Allahumma inni as'aluka al-afwa wal-afiyah. O Allah, I ask you for forgiveness and well-being. It holds tired, hopeful, confused, grateful. With patience and return, night prayer helps you become more grounded, more patient, more connected to the one who gives real comfort. My sisters and brothers, one of the quiet, practical gifts of tahajjud is the discipline it plants in a believer's life. Many of us wish to improve habits, manage time better, hold ourselves with more control, yet consistency slips away. Tahajjud nurtures these qualities because it asks for intention, gentle effort, focus. Choosing to rise at night, even briefly, trains heart and mind to place Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala first. Waking for tahajjud teaches responsibility. You begin to shape your evenings with more care, sleeping earlier, stepping away from distractions, guarding your rest. These small shifts bring order, not just to prayer, but to days, to sleep, to well-being. A heart that meets tahajjud often grows more organized everywhere. It strengthens resistance to harmful habits too. The nafs loves ease, comfort, indulgence. When you rise and stand in prayer, you teach it to choose what benefits, not merely what feels simple. That strength flows into daylight, patience lengthens, impulses quiet, decisions become wiser. Consistency matters more than perfection. Even once or twice a week, steady effort brings change. Islam loves small actions kept faithfully because they grow into strong roots. Approach tahajjud gently, without pressure, and it becomes a habit your heart welcomes. Tahajjud lifts daily worship too. Night sincerity strengthens connection, so Fajr feels different. Concentration deepens, behavior softens through the day. Many notice, after even a short time, they carry more calm, more presence, more mindfulness. The night also invites reflection. In its quiet, you can look back on the day, see what was good, what needs care, how to walk better tomorrow. That gentle review brings purpose, clarity, steadier steps in worship. If rising feels hard, begin small. 2 raqat, an alarm just before Fajr, fewer late distractions. Ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for help. Balanced steps lead to lasting discipline. My sisters and brothers, discipline is not born in one grand night. It grows through repeated effort, patience, trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Tahajjud offers a simple, beautiful way to build it, strengthening time, desires, intention. These gifts touch worship and every corner of life. My sisters and brothers, many feel drawn to tahajjud, yet hesitate, imagining it demands long recitations, endless hours, flawless routines. Those thoughts make it feel far away, so the beginning never comes. But tahajjud welcomes small, manageable steps. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala rewards the heart's sincerity, not the size of the effort. First, hold the intention before you sleep. Whisper to yourself, I want to wake for tahajjud, even just 2 raqa'at. That honest intention is worship, rewarded, even if sleep wins sometimes. It keeps your heart awake to the goal. Begin simply. 2 raqa'at, short with familiar surahs. Consistency matters more than length. Easy beginnings make the heart willing, the habit gentle. Ease the path, or tiredness wins. Do not turn away in guilt. Consistency is return, not unbroken perfection. Every effort, every intention, every step is seen. A simple rhythm can help. Wake, wudu, 2 raka'at, a moment to sit in dua or quiet thought. That is enough to touch the blessing without weight. Ask during the day too, Allahumma a'inni ala qiyam al-layl. O Allah, help me to stand in the night prayer. This aligns heart and hope, reminding us help comes from Him. My sisters and brothers, the steps are gentle. Start small, stay steady, keep intention pure. With time, Tahajjud becomes easier, its gifts clearer in worship, habits, emotional peace. My sisters and brothers, as you hold Tahajjud in your thoughts, remember it is ease, not pressure, a gift from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, never a burden. So many pause, feeling unready, inconsistent, overwhelmed by the hour. But Tahajjud asks only for sincere effort, even the smallest. Islam invites us to give what we are able with honesty. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not demand long hours from the weary, the ill, the busy, the caretakers. He treasures the intention, the sincerity. 2 brief raka'at once a week offered truly are precious in His sight. Do not measure yourself against others. Let go of guilt if nights are missed. Every heart carries its own circumstances, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows them perfectly. What matters is keeping the connection alive. Even small tahajjud brings lasting fruit. Night calm touches daytime responses, patience, clarity, nearness to Him. Quiet moments become strength carried through life. When discouragement whispers, remember, every step toward Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is loved. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam taught that Allah cherishes small deeds done steadily, simple, occasional, sincere, still holds reward, still matters. Mercy's door stays open. Approach Tahajjud with hope, not demand. See it as peace, a breath, a gentle return. Even when the heart feels heavy, the mind tired, honest moments bring comfort, understanding from the one who knows you completely. My sisters and brothers, Tahajjud is a lifelong friend to the believer. Some seasons you may rise more, others less. That is human. What remains beautiful is never releasing the bond you are weaving